English translation 325th contact. Friday, 12th April 2002, 20:34 hours.
Oh, hello everybody. I really was not expecting this. You are all welcome to my humble abode.
Let me hug you. I am so happy to see you. You have gotten a little older, which is hard to ignore, but you are obviously still the same. And as I know, you have not diminished in your activity. On the contrary, you have increased it, which we all find extremely remarkable.
Thanks for the bouquet. In contrast to me, I cannot say with you that so many years have passed since we met. Also, you Taljda, you Plagia, Lumia, and you Elena, you have not changed in any wise. Of course, this also applies to you, Solar, if I still remember your name correctly.
You remember correctly. It is a pleasure to greet you again.
This is also true for me. Let me hug you.
Of course I agree with these words. Come, let me take you in my arms.
You can understand these words as expressed by me. Come on, dear friend, I guess you have nothing against a kiss. And this one is additionally from my sister Simya Se. I am to greet you especially from her. Nera sends her regards through me.
Come, Billy. I do not want to be second to the others.
Thank you all. You are actually embarrassing me. Only you are missing Quetzal. Do you not want to fall around my neck and...
I can do that if that is a need of yours.
Do not you dare, my son. I am not from the other shore.
Aha, so that is what you think. But probably only because everything could be misunderstood if our behavior was later openly mentioned in the conversation report. That is why you think like that, no?
You got it.
What am I to understand by the fact that you are not from the other shore?
The other shore means in our friend's expression that he is not homosexual.
I do not understand that. Why do you say that, my friend?
Here on Earth, other views and behaviors prevail with regard to the interaction between man and man than is customary and usual with you. If with you it corresponds to the norm of decency, solidarity, interpersonal relationships, and love that not only women and men embrace each other in greeting and farewell, but also man and man, then this is frowned upon by many men on the earth. Admittedly, there are also earthly peoples where the embracing of man and man is normal, and thus custom and usage, and thus there are no homosexual backgrounds for it. But among the so-called civilized or highly civilized peoples, it is unfortunately disreputable for many men to embrace each other in public. This is nonsensical, but it is a sad fact that testifies to this that the bond between men no longer functions in the correct form. Although I can understand that the so-called civilized world of men is bothered by the fact that man and man kiss each other on the mouth and cheek, etc., because I too think that is too much of a good thing when it concerns heterosexual and not homosexual men. You too, Quetzal, think in the same manner as I do, if I remember correctly what you once explained. But what is the general state of affairs among you Plei-Aran in this relationship?
The general opinion and behavior, as well as the ideas of morals and customs of our people, correspond in a large measure to the statements and explanations I have given you, and therefore they correspond to what you have just said. Man-to-man embracing without any associated forms of kissing is part of our customs and traditions, both when we greet each other and when we say goodbye, but the embrace is limited to the fact that it is only practiced among men who are friends or relatives. This applies equally to men and women, although the custom of exchanging impeccable kisses on the cheek is also used. It is equally true for the female sex among themselves, thus for woman and woman. But now, my friend, I should turn to my work, in which I shall need your help.
Of course. Until you are ready, the rest of us can talk.
I will need your help for about 30 minutes.
Then I would like to ask you, on behalf of all of us here, dear friend, that you consider all that we will talk to each other about as a purely friendly conversation, and that you do not write it down later as in public contact conversation, because we also have different questions, etc., which are of a purely confidential nature, and therefore should only be discussed between us. Since we namely know what your former and primeval personalities and missions have been, and what importance corresponds to you in truth, what actual knowledge you demonstrate in regard to spiritual and creational matters and their laws and recommendations, and which life-based experiences, cognitions, and lived experiences, along with the skills connected therewith you possess. We have a great need to seek your advice on these matters, if you allow us.
It is a very great honor and pleasure for me to be able to answer your questions.
Honor and thanks are all on our side.
Solar and I think in the same wise.
I do not exclude myself from that.
Then I would like to start with the following question, which concerns all of us here, and for which I was also commissioned by all of us to let you clarify this question first.
As you can see, my friend, my work has reached a point where I need your help. So I am going to have to ask you to suspend your conversation.
In the meantime, we are going to go outside and take some exercise and breathe fresh air.
It takes 20 to 30 minutes. When we finish our work, I will call you.
Lumia, Solar, Alina, and I have no more questions, so we will say goodbye now. We are still walking with Playa and Manara a few steps around the area outside, after which we will leave the Earth again. That is how I want to say goodbye to you, dear friend. Maybe we will see each other again, but that is not a promise. So then goodbye. Thank you very much.
It was very nice to see you again and to be able to talk to you. Thank you, I assure you. And now also, goodbye.
It was a great pleasure, and I thank you for all your explanations and advice. Goodbye, and now, according to our custom, even if you are not from the other shore.
You learn fast, Solar. But I also want to thank you very much, my friend. Goodbye then, and again.
Salome, and goodbye to you. You are all real charmers. Go well and goodbye, at least I hope so. You all have a much longer lifespan ahead of you than I do, and therefore your concepts of time are a little different. So, goodbye is a little different for you than it is for me.
Profound thoughts, dear friend, but they are true. Well, but now we go.
Then let us get down to business. Well, that is done. Now the possibility has been created for the group members to enter the meditation center alone as soon as I have transmitted the crystal block back to its location. That is now also done. Then I will now call Playa and Manara. They will be here any minute.
Ah, there you are.
We will say goodbye in a moment because we will ask you for further explanations and clarifications at another time, because we will see each other again in the foreseeable future. Then I want to thank you now and say goodbye. See you soon, goodbye. I also want to thank you. Then be careful and see you soon.
Goodbye, you two beauties. Playa, please give my warmest regards to your sister Simyase.
I will do that.
If you have some time, son, there is something I would like to ask you.
There is plenty of time.
Dern universe and Dal universe, or Dern creation and Dal creation, what does that mean? I mean Dern and Dal.
The meaning is given in an ancient language that goes back to Nocedemion. The wording is as follows. Dern universe or Dern creation means Dajansini Ern Ruan Nitra Pralano, which means creation that unveils itself. Dal universe or Dal creation means in the ancient language Dajansini Arg Laser Gnoralin, which means creation as second born.
Thank you. Several members of the group have asked this, as well as others. Unfortunately, I could never give information because I never asked you for the terms. That, my son, was already everything I wanted to know. Further questions do not occur to me at the moment. I will have to ask Ptah again because you will surely not appear again so soon.
That is of correctness. But Ptah will not be long in coming, because he has various jobs that he will bring to you to complete, which will be in the next few days.
Work for the spirit leadership?
Certainly that is of correctness.
I guess this is going to go on until I pass away, huh? But that is what I have committed myself to.
As you say. But now let us end the conversation, because 3 hours have already passed since I came, and on the other hand, I should turn back to my other duties. So goodbye then, and we shall certainly meet again.
Then farewell, my friend, and thank you for all your efforts.